Nexus is a decentralized governance platform, custom-built to serve the needs of the Dash network. It combines the functionality previously fulfilled by Dash Central, Dash Vote Tracker, and the Dash pre-proposal forums. It also lays the foundation for future expansion, so that it could continue to evolve and serve the needs of the Dash network as it expands. Before creating my own proposal, I was involved with the Dash network as a master node owner. I spent most of 2017 actively analyzing proposals and engaging with fellow community members to understand the needs of the network. From what I saw, I was able to identify some areas of the process that could be streamlined and began to work on the concept for Nexus. Jeff joined our team as our technical lead, and we spent the next few months drafting our proposal. This was a massive undertaking in and of itself. We had to define the overall scope, outline the main features, draw sketches of each page, and write user stories documenting every interaction on the platform. I also invested personal funds to hire freelance UX designers who helped us create high-fidelity mock-ups that we could then show to developers to get a quote for the total cost of the project. We used our technical specification to hold a large bidding round where we talked to over 30 development firms from all around the world: US, UK, Ireland, India, Argentina, Colombia, Russia, Ukraine, and so on. We found that the developers in the US were very expensive, with rates for talent starting around $100, $120 per hour. The total cost of the project at those rates wouldn't work with the Treasury budget. The developers we spoke with in India offered much cheaper rates, but did not have a track record that inspired trust, and we weren't confident that they could deliver a quality product for the Dash network. The three finalists that we were deciding from were from Russia, Colombia, and STRV from the Czech Republic. Of those, STRV really stood out from the rest through their culture and their approach. They were willing to accept Dash as payment. They offered flexible payment terms that worked with the Treasury payout cycle, and had blockchain-related development experience in the past, in addition to working on world-class projects like Tinder and Microsoft. Funny enough, working with STRV is actually cheaper than hiring a US-based in-house team. Not only do US developers cost more per hour, but having an in-house team also means that we have to carry a substantial amount of overhead, such as having an office, equipment, insurance, and so on. We would also need to maintain a 3 to 6 month buffer so that we could offer our employees some stability. As an added bonus, working with STRV means that we're able to quickly scale up or down based on the availability of funds that month. If the budget is tight, we're able to take developers off the project and slow things down, and when funds are available, we're able to quickly add them and ramp up our progress. Long term, we do envision expanding our in-house team, and have begun looking at overseas to find more competitive rates for talent. However, this process does take time, as we need to scout, vet, interview, train, onboard, and trial every candidate. For the time being, we invite community volunteers who are interested in participating in the Nexus project to reach out to us. We're specifically looking for people who have experience in React or Node.js. If you're interested and would like to contact us, please reach out at hello@dashnexus.org. Project roadmaps are almost always challenging to adhere to, and our team did encounter some unexpected challenges during development. It took some time for the team to become familiar with the rather complex Dash governance system, and some unexpected edge cases crept up that took time to address. Our release also had to be timed with the release of version 13. We had been testing Nexus on testnet on version 13 since November, and had to wait until its release on mainnet in January to test some of the mainnet features live. Coupled with the funding constraints and some unexpected issues with the testing environment, we had to make some compromises, and I don't believe the project currently represents its full potential. It was honestly quite difficult to manage. We had to substantially reduce our burn rate by foregoing personal compensation and modifying our development schedule so that we had fewer devs on the project at any given point in time. This also meant that the total cost of the project was going to increase by about 20%, and at the same time, we had received about 15% less than we expected in our initial ask, even with all of the payouts from the second proposal. All in all, we are underfunded by about $70,000. Since we received significantly less money than we were expecting, we had to make some compromise to still be able to deliver a fully functional product. With an extra $70K, we'd be able to have a full development team on board for an extra month, adding a lot of polish to the platform and building out some of the features that ended up in the nice-to-have bucket. Nexus recently transitioned into its public beta and initiated migration from Dash Central. This migration is expected to take 2 to 3 budget cycles as both proposal owners and master node owners begin to use Nexus as Dash's primary governance platform. All major MVP features are live and include integrated concept and proposal creation flow, mobile voting using our progressive web app, sort, search, and filter functionality in the Proposal Explorer and the integrated leaderboard. We invite all Dash community members to sign up if you haven't already and begin discussing concepts and proposals on Nexus. Businesses and individuals that are interested in offering their services to the Dash network can now use the Proposal Creator tool to get started. Nexus guides the user through a step-by-step process to create a draft of their concept. First, the user is prompted to enter basic information about their proposal, including the title, short summary, category, target region. The user is also given the option to add a hero image or video to make their proposal stand out. Next, the proposal owner is given an intuitive WYSIWYG text editor, where they can provide details about their proposal. Then, they are taken to the budget section, where they get a dedicated area to provide their planned expenses. Lastly, they are asked to provide timeline information, so that MNOs know when to expect deliverables. Once all the information is added, the proposal owner can preview the draft before publishing it to the community in the form of a concept. When they have gotten sufficient feedback and feel confident enough to proceed, they simply pay the submission fee to an address provided by Nexus. The platform takes care of the rest. This means they're no longer required to copy-paste command line strings to and from the Dash core wallet, reducing error rates and making the proposal submission process more accessible to less technical proposal owners. One of the features we would like to enhance in the Proposal Creator is the budget section, where we plan to add price volatility scenarios, a dedicated area for proposal owners to state their intentions for what they should do should the price of Dash change between the time they submit their proposal and when they receive their payout. This will be coupled with automated payout reports, a new tool available to MNOs which will show how much each proposal received at the time of payout versus how much they asked initially. This will be a convenient way for MNOs to gauge how each proposal has been affected by changes in price. We will also be further unifying Dash governance services by integrating DashWatch reports and providing a dedicated section for DashWatch to upload their reports and visually show the status of each proposal. As part of our ongoing maintenance, we will continue adding polish to the platform, working through our backlog of nice-to-have features, and integrating community feedback that we have been receiving through our ideas and feedback portal. We encourage community members to share their ideas using our feedback portal. So far, we've gotten lots of great suggestions, some of which we've had a chance to integrate, and some of which have been added to our backlog and will be addressed as part of our ongoing platform maintenance. Our original proposal was approved by the MNO network to have us build a custom proprietary piece of software that belongs exclusively to the Dash network. Recently, we have been asked by multiple MNOs to make Nexus open source, which means other crypto projects would be able to fork the codebase to build their own governance systems. We see merits to both routes, but firmly believe that the right to decide belongs to the MNO network. As such, we will be putting forth a governance proposal in the February budget cycle that will allow the MNOs to vote on whether we want to make Nexus open source or continue pursuing the route where it remains proprietary and is eventually transferred to a trust. We are transparent, communicative, and personally invested in the success of Dash. Our track record, even with significant budget depreciation, has been that of delivering well-documented progress. It is also important to note that the development of the MVP was going from 0 to 1, building a custom piece of proprietary software from scratch. From here on out, each additional dollar invested will yield more visible results. Think of it as spending a lot to build the foundation, the frame of a house, and then spending a little more to add the finishes to make it feel like home. We hope to be given the opportunity to continue to innovate and deliver value to the Dash network. Unfortunately, I'm no longer in a position where I can continue to invest personal funds for the development of Nexus. If we are not awarded funding in this budget cycle, the platform will continue to be available, but we will have to pause all development efforts. This means we will be unable to progress through our development roadmap, and we will be unable to integrate community feedback. We may also lose some momentum, because some members of our team will have to find other sources of income, and some of the developers at STRV may be assigned to other projects. Our formal launch was tied to the release of version 13 on mainnet, which didn't happen until January. As such, we felt it inappropriate to come to the community with a request for additional funding until having delivered a fully functional product. We'll get as far as we can through our development backlog, but we may have to reduce the amount of hours that our developers are spending on the project. As such, we might not get to build out all of the features that we have planned. By maintaining our relationship with STRV, we're able to quickly ramp up our development team when the price of Dash appreciates, allowing us to efficiently use the increased treasury budget to build out additional features. We may also put forth another governance proposal, asking the MNO network to authorize us to build up a cash reserve, which will allow us to expand our in-house team.